a problem with the camera setup because I've been, when I try to do a live myself, I've been having that problem. So, happy Valentine Day, everyone. And thank you to Becca. And I'm still messing and futzing with this thing. Okay, well, if you're here early, this is what I'm wearing on my head, courtesy of the Dollar Tree. All right, I'm gonna get this set up on my, see, oh, my camera situation. All right, let me see. I hope nobody's here early though. Dana's on for Trish. I don't know Trish, but I think she sounds lovely, of course. And I think she had a moment of technical difficulty, which I have had so many times trying to do stuff like this that okay, now I realize this probably is backwards. I have gone on and done the mirroring thing. I've tried it all more than once, and 'tis what it is, people. You know what? I think you're all intelligent enough. Your brain will straighten it out. Okay. I don't really want the goobies up here on my upper shelf, but I also don't want my gut. So, you know, the lesser of two evils, I suppose. So these are from the Dollar Tree also. I've used them one other time, these little fairy lights. They're very hard to untangle. I will say that much. Super hard to untangle. And okay, it's 9:56. I'm 4 minutes early, and I do apologize for that. I really do. But I was afraid, because I don't usually do scheduled lives, I was afraid it was going to yell at me and tell me that I was not proper orientation, and then I sit there and deal with that the whole time. It's like a real ongoing issue. So I'm still setting up. You just happen to be here for it. Let's see what we get here. How can we... All right, let's see. I don't know if we can see that one in the dark, so I think I'll go with I'll put this one here. It's very tall. I made a tall one. So we're gonna make some bookmarks. If you've been around me, you know that I am very simple in my crafting choices and abilities, and that's how I like it, keeping it simple. All right, there we go. Hey, Clint, how you doing, buddy? So I did go out. Well, I'm gonna wait till she gets here, but Dana and Becca had some live sales a couple of weeks back, and so I got a few things from them, and I tried to use a lot of what I got from them in my crafts, because I think that's kind of fun. And we'll see. And I have a laminator, and you know, we all always say use what you have. And then I think that for some reason my brain translated that as only use trash to art with. And that's not what that means. It means if you have it, use it. And I have a laminator, and I had not been using it. So I went ahead and started using it to prepare for this. Oh, I missed you too, Clint. It's good to see you, buddy. To start to prepare, I'm just cleaning up because I have made a royal mess these last 24 hours getting ready for this hop, because I haven't been live in quite some time. Just life circumstances and whatnots. So I want to be sure that I have things a little more organized than what I've got going on here, because this is absurd. If I could just show you what is over here to this side of the desk. Oof, it's a hot mess express. Holy moly. I started pulling things out to use, and I apparently just didn't stop. It stopped at nothing. So we're going to make bookmarks. I have pre-cut some. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Pre-cut some bookmarks. Like this paper I got from Dana. And this is actually, you can buy these. It's already pre-made bookmark. It's watercolor paper. These, I don't remember who I got these from. I might have been Dana also, but they're like a Project Life card. I was thinking, you know, you could glue those together, make that into like a little taggy bookmark. And if you don't read, I love to read. It's been my lifelong habit and hobby. I'm a big reader. And then I heard, I think I heard Carol say on the other one, hey, Candy, how are you? Hi, Carrie. This is a postcard, right? So it's also something, I think, again, I got that from Dana. So you're going to hear me saying that over and over again. And then some of the fabric that I got from Becca, I went ahead and just glued it onto a piece of cardstock and put a little tiny thing there. So just been messing around with it, but some of them I did laminate, and I wanted to show you how that works. And I want to thank them for having this. So nice to be with you, Janet. So nice. So good to see all of you. If I missed you coming in, please do not. And I'm sorry I went on a couple minutes early, Becca, but I was afraid that I was going to get the same old from my phone, YouTube, whoever it is, that tells me that the orientation's not proper when it usually is. Thank you, Muddleway Art. Oh, Lamont, thank you, thank you. I love these. I went with the light pink with the shimmer this time. So here's the thing. We say a lot of the time in our crafting world, use what you have. Well, if what you have is a die cut machine and a Cricut and a laminator like I have here, and scrapbook paper and washi tape, and then I believe we should be using it. And I didn't want to use things that at first I was like, I don't want to use things other people don't have. However, they may decide it's something they want to invest in, or they may just think it looks cool. But I also wanted to give alternates, so I'm going to do the best I can. Yeah, see, Carrie set hers for $3.55 because you're smarter than I am. So I'm going to do some bookmarks today. All right. And I did them with all different things. This one is scrap paper from the background here is a scrap paper from an old planner that I used to use. These are some die cuts. And this is embossed. I don't know if you can see it. And where are you? Are you over here or over there? You're over here. I don't know if you can see that. You'll see it better when I turn the light back on. And then this is like a texture paste from Vicki, which has my favorite color, hot pink. And then I ran it through the laminator, and it laminated beautifully. So I've actually had a big learning curve with the laminator, because it's interesting. With all this paper, I would think maybe it didn't, and it's the tallest one I made. Let's see, this one I had to run it through a few times. This is from the back. This is this is trash. This is trash. It's the back of a stencil that I purchased. Good morning, Abigail. And these are scraps. And this is from that book. Marini's Small Art has some books out, and she has I have her winter background book, and she has words in there. This is an embossed stamp, again on scraps, and a piece of washi paper tape. So this one is like super, but I did run it through the laminator. The thing about the laminator is when I'm reading, when I'm in a reading mode, so to speak, I'm usually reading about 6 books at the same time. Do not talk and drive, but I love you. I actually have some of your goodies that you sent me that I'm going to use today. That's my bestie from the Westie, because you are from my West. So this says, and a lot of people say love and light. So I thought that was cute. All right. And then 2 more that are laminated. And then we're going to decorate some and not laminate them, because you don't have to laminate them. This one is from some paper that I got from Dana and stuff, that little goodies. And I thought it was cute to put this at the top. We're also going to take some of these and poke a hole and put some fibers in them, because I do like fibers in the top when I'm going through. And this one is just, I got some new watercolors. I used those. Pens, glitter, just whatever, all the stuff I have. Now, if you don't have a laminator, there's so many options for how you can make your bookmark look like this. I originally was just going to do shakers, but I decided I was just going to do bookmarks in general. So I only made a shaker card that actually was not with the laminator. And we can do one with the laminator if you want, but it came out cute. And really, this is packaging. And thank you, Dana and Becca. My sewing machine has been on the shelf like I can't tell you how many years now, because it wasn't working properly. I couldn't figure it out. I was getting frustrated. Even Romeo, who can fix anything, thought he fixed it. He didn't fix it. I was ready to buy a new one. And because of this hop, and I wanted to be able to sew the side of this packaging, I went ahead and fixed my own sewing machine. I'm so thrilled about it, people. So thrilled. So thrilled. And on here I put, this is a heart that my little niece painted when she was visiting me. And these are some, just the chunky glitter works better, I found. Scraps, just scraps, and scraps. And a stamp, and a couple pieces of bling. So I think I'll be in, good morning, Devin. Thank you, Becca. I feel very proud, very proud. I think I'll be in good company with anyone who likes things that are shiny and glittery, because this is, but the other ones are not. So, and if you want to do this with the laminator and you want to know how, let me know. Otherwise, you can look it up. And thank you, Janet. I feel very superstarish. I really do. So when I think of Valentine's Day, I never heard of Galentine's Day until my daughter, who's younger than I am, of course, obviously, that's a Captain Obvious statement, told me about it. She and her girlfriends last year went and got a cabin up in New Hampshire, and they celebrated it together, and they had matching little pink jammies, and they had little mimosas, and it was just looked like so much fun. And she's 28. If, for anybody who doesn't know, she's a nurse. She lives in Philadelphia, which is basically 2 hours from me. So I had never heard of it, but now I know what it is, and I think it's a fun thing, because there were many years when I was younger that I did not have a, quote, Valentine, and I think we can love in so many different ways, and the word love can mean so many different things to so many different people. So before I jump into all of that, I do want to go over a couple of, thank you, Devin, a couple of the housekeeping things. Dana and Becca in the chat, there in the chat, will be asking questions about them, about each other, themselves, whatever. And then you are going to, we have the ability to, I have it in here. What? I have another set. Here we go. We have the ability to, oh, I have to mod them. See, this is why I made a list, Becca. This is why I made a list, because I knew I wouldn't remember. Here we go. All right, I don't even know what any of this means, but we'll just go like that. All right, if Dana comes in, let me know so I can give her the moderation thing. So they're going to have, these are all the people that are on. They're going to be asking questions in the box. It's for a giveaway. And let me tell you, people, these ladies give away some fun stuff. They also sell wonderful things. All the links for these channels are in my description box. And you're going to email them at the end of by the end of the day, Monday at 4 p.m. hoptoart@gmail.com. All right. So I know, right? Pink jammies. Then they were silky too. They were really cute. Really cute. All right. So I'm on now. Michelle, curiously, Michelle will be, I think that's curiously. Yeah. Michelle is at 11. Lindy's at noon. Janet R. Nash is at 1 p.m. These are all Eastern. Aaron and the Adirondacks is at 2, and we're all sending love and prayers and hugs to Mrs. Gigi, who's not feeling so great. And Devin, Yolanda, Yolanda, you don't have an A there, so it's Yolande? I don't know. I always still call her Devin just because I knew her that way first. She's on at 3. Carrie is on at 4. Vicki is on at 5, and she has the same last name as me, people. We are related somewhere along the way. Amy is on at 6. Kim is on at 7. Beth is on at 8. Lisa Jameson on at 9. And I'm saying her last name because I think of eclectic art. And Pam, the ginger cat lady, is closing it out. Late night lady that she is at 10. Okay. So I was thinking about how do we define love and what does it mean? And we can have this galentine and not just a Valentine. And like we have, like for me, I have the love for my pets and the love for my children and the love for my partner and the love for my brothers and the love for my parents. And here we goes on and on and on. And those are all people. But I also have a fondness or a love for many things, right? Some things in nature, some things not. So I made a little list. And of course, for me personally, and this is not a, if this isn't for you, just you do you, Magoo, and plug your ears or change the channel. But when I think of love, I think of Jesus. And I think of my family. I think of colorful things. I think of reading. I think of my animals, all animals really, except I'm not really a fan of like spiders and snakes. Arts and crafts, learning, community. For me, that's part of my community is my church. But it wasn't always that way. I didn't always have a church. My friends, laughter, and last but not least, I love sunshine and rainbows. So those are the kinds of things I love. So I will, it is a silent E. I appreciate that. Yoland. No, I appreciate that. You probably told me that years ago and I forgot. So I'm going to just start out how I start out all my streams, which is just a little touch of love for the Lord. And for me, I not only choose to, but need to put a nod to God. Hey, that rhymed. Nod to God. Whenever I'm in any kind of a public forum, that I'm being graced with the ability to speak, because God has saved my life so many times. And I just don't know if there's someone out there who was in the situations that I was in, severe depression, severe other health issues mentally, and might need to hear that it's okay and you can lean on God and he will help you. He did it for me. He will do it for you. All right, so we are on February 14th. This is called Be Still and Know, which of course is Psalm 46:10. Growing in love. And this is from 1 John 4:17 of the New Living Translation. As we live in God, our love grows more perfect. So we will not be afraid on the day of judgment, but we can face him with confidence because we live like Jesus here in this world. Love is hard. It means sacrificing our own priorities for those of another. People, I have my elderly mother living with me. I could have written that sentence. It goes against our natural flesh instincts. In and of ourselves, love is not our natural reaction or response to the people around us. We have to grow in love, and we can only learn this properly from the God who is inherently love. Without God, we are incapable of truly loving. We could try our hardest to be people who love one another, but sooner or later we will fail at it if we don't have God's heart in us. And it has a little prayer here. Lord God, we want to represent your heart to the world. We know that we are not yet perfect in love. We need you to love others through us. We need to see others through your eyes so we can love them flawlessly as you do. Remove our heart of stone and give us a heart of flesh that beats with your love for this world and everyone in it. Amen and amen. All right, so to that point there, I was thinking about the bookmarks that I made, and so many of the books, I like to Bible nerd out. I like to read Bibles and many different translations and do studies and yada 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 yada. And so what I realized is I made plenty of bookmarks for myself to use. Thank you, bless you, Abigail. I made plenty of bookmarks for myself to use while I'm reading my fiction books, right? Even some of my nonfiction books. But I don't have any for my study books or anything like that. I mean, it's like, duh. So I am going to make a faith-based bookmark. That is what I'm going to do. I was praying to God about what to do for this hop, and I was going to make this thing called a busted canvas. I don't know if you guys have seen them. It was a trend a couple years ago, and I actually did make one, and I absolutely love it. But it's downstairs. I was going to show it to you guys. But I was going to do this. My Chihuahua is my Valentine on it. But it did not. I decided to do the bookmarks instead. I just did. I don't know. I don't know what made me want to do the bookmarks. Oh, because I have, you know why? Because I don't know about you guys, but if you don't have a bookmark, I'm constantly like, you should never fold the page over. You're going to ruin the book. And I'm taking like Post-it notes and like a scrap of this piece of paper and I'm sticking it in there. I'm like, I can do better than this. I can do better than this. So we're going to do better than that. And we are going to work with, I actually just purchased these stickers. And I wanted to try this out too. Oh, Candy, listen, I didn't want to get all personal in someone else's stream, but I can tell you right now, ladies, until my man chooses to go ahead and use the sleep apnea machine they gave him, he ain't not sleeping in my bed, because I'll tell you right now, I have to have my sleep. It's critical for mental health. And so, yeah, and he just doesn't want to do it. He did it for a while and it worked great. So May made it, if you know May. I got these from her little stamp thing, and I have these stamps here from Ranger. And these are from Illustrated Faith, and they're upside down, so it doesn't help you at all. And this is from Created Devotion. So there we are. And I have purchased for myself a little while ago, not that long ago, one of these bad boys. People, this thing is a miracle. If you can't stamp, I highly recommend you to get one of these, and you can get cheaper ones. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, see, Candy, that's it. He wore it for a little while, but this was years back. Now, they give you one, this is called the stamping platform. I'm just going to go with the idea that there's people out there who are just like me, who were originally new at one point. When I was new, I didn't know what was going on. So they give you this really nice, but then, of course, you can pay another, $17 to get one. And I was like, I don't think so. Because I saw these bad boys at the corner office by Jot. So I want to just see if they work. And then the other thing is I saw this little hack. This is a mini Cricut. I think it's for the Cricut Joy probably. But they're sticky. And they stay sticky. You can wash them and everything. But see how this little corner up here is still sticking up? I was wondering if this magnet would be able to hold it. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen with this one. Never fear. We have other ones here. Let's see. No, it's not going to work. That's all right. I'm going to give these to my niece to play with. They're fun. They're little magnets. All right. Now they're going to be in my way, but that's all right. All right, and then we have to decide what paper we want to use. See, Becca says people can make their own Misty. That's what I'm saying. Just put in do-it-yourself Misty. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, yes. I got into making cards for my during the holidays because my church, we make cards for the people who are in the detention centers and, you know, the women and children and all that. So because we were doing that, I was really getting into the card making and I was struggling with the stamps. So I decided to just go ahead and make the purchase. All right, let's see. But I love that. See, people make their own everything. That's the creativity abounds. I'm not always that person, but the creativity abounds. All right, so here's what I had pre-done. Now these, I don't know that we're going to stamp on this because it's a little bit busy, but these are fabrics I bought from Becca at her, oh, thank you very much. Thumbs up. Hey, people, I can't believe this. I had over I don't know, like 1.5 thousand subscribers back in, I don't know, what was it? Everybody did this beautiful thing to get me to 1,000. Everybody donated stuff. We had a huge giveaway. Like I've been so blessed by this community. It's just, it goes on and on. And, now I never look at the subscribers because I really don't care. And I don't mean that fresh. I just mean like, it just doesn't really matter to me. That it never really did, but like it extra does it now because now it's just like I'm already hanging out with people I already know. And I did delete that channel in a state of what's called mania. From what I live with a situation called bipolar 1 disorder. So I was in a state of mania and I deleted the channel because I do all kinds of really great things when I'm manic. Woo, let me tell you. Anyway, today it's 314, and that is Romeo's favorite number because he's such a and Romeo is the moniker I came up with from a man way back when he was still teaching, and he's been retired since 2022. But I wanted to, just in case his students found us, and they did find us on Facebook. So I was good to do that. But now it's just cute to call him that, and everybody knows him as that. Hi, Trish. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you know what, Trish? Is there any way you can just put it up for later, honey? Is there any way you can I think you can still show that to us. We'll just go watch it as a video. Know what I'm saying? We'll just go watch it as a video. People, we're all going to watch Trish's video, even if we watch it tomorrow, because I absolutely am never going to make it to Ginger Cat Pam tonight because I was up late last night. Anyway, I took just a regular, I took a piece of scrap. Guess what I bought from Becca? Becca, I think we should have I don't do swaps. Like, I participate in them sometimes, but I don't always do them. I don't think I've ever done one. Like, I'll swap individual. But from Becca, I bought this pack of scraps. Oh, my Lord, it's so much fun. Anyway, I got all these scraps from Becca. And then this one of them was already in this shape. I don't know if there's more in there of a bookmark. So I was like, well, heck, we're just going to go ahead and glue some stuff to it. Here's Dana. Hi, Dana. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, here we go. Come on. I'm sorry that happened to you, though, Trish, sweetie pie. I really am sorry about that because that is frustrating. That's why I went on like 5 minutes early, because typically I'm having some kind, not typically, always I'm having some kind of technical difficulty. It surprised me that I didn't today. So I have this one. I think we should maybe use, I haven't done any of these. So let's do this. Let's do, for now, we're going to take maybe, go away from the paper route, not the paper route, the colored paper route. This is some vellum. I just have a bunch of stuff here, people. All right, a lot of stuff. So this is one of the ones that you could just use watercolor paper. That's all that is. You're paying extra, and I'm a big fool who pays extra a lot of the time. And then this one is I think this came from you, Dana. It's a postcard, for crying out loud. All right. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is, let's set this aside a minute. We'll embellish with some stickers over there too, but let's put some color on these. And Devin, this is your fault because I saw you use them once. But I waited, people. I've never waited. I'm usually way more impulsive. I waited about 3 years to buy these. They're watercolors. I don't know how to actually watercolor, but let's see what we have. If we could do, I'm thinking, what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking is like a watercolor situation here with a stamp on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling, maybe stamp and then color over here, okay? Listen, we got a big stop. Everybody stop. This is the sign for stop. What is Becca's spouse's name? Don't answer it in the chat, people. Write it down and send it to that email. You girls want to put that email in. It's like hop to it something. All right. All right. I'm going to get some clear gesso. Actually, you know what I have? Hold on. Of all the crap I got laying around me, I got to get up now. Sorry, people. Hold on. But I want to use what I have. But you can only use it if you can find it. And I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. See, I'm a real sucker, people. A real sucker. 100% sucker. Now, I'm sure this does not meet, please, you do not need this. But what I'm saying is, use what I have. Well, I have a lot of stuff, and I need to use it. So this one I recently purchased, and it's watercolor gesso. I'm sure it's exactly the same thing as clear gesso, but who knows? Let's do a little testy. We'll put the watercolor on the water paper, and we'll put this one on there. Okay. All right. Now Becca says you're going to collect all the answers from the whole day, and there were questions earlier. You can go back to the last hops and hear what they were. Becca, if you would like me to repeat those questions, I do remember what they were. And send one email with all the answers. One email. Don't send them 50 emails, people. hoptoitart@gmail.com. Woo! And I want to say, everybody, can we get a big round of applause and a thank you to Becca and Dana? This is not an easy thing to do, to put together a morning to night online, situation. And I really, it's so kind of them to do it. You don't see me over here doing it, people, okay? You just don't. Oh, she said you can if you want. No rules for the game. Oh, okay. Okay, so here, I'm going to do it then. Trish, the questions were, what is Becca's favorite color? And what is Dana's favorite color? Thank you. See, look at here. Round of applause from Devin. All right, let me get a little brushy brush. And we'll get a little, oh, see, look what I do these. Oh, no, okay. All right, we're going to put some clear gesso on this. Because this is like I don't even know how to describe this. It's definitely not porous. She said, I think the wrong answers are going to be fun to read. Yes, yes. And you know what? Maybe some of us will just put wrong answers for fun, just to make you laugh. Now we know. Now we know you want to laugh, right? So this is just clear gesso, which is just gesso that's clear. Oh, people, am I good or what? And you know what? This is a new. This is a new thing. I bought it just for the hop, and you know what? I've destroyed so many of these nice things. I'm going to grab. Let's see what we got here. What do we got handy? Where is it? Oh, I'm going to grab a piece of deli paper. And I want to say, ladies, especially for me, where I live in New Jersey, it's the winter, and Candy lives here too. The winter doldrums is what's going on here. We love to laugh, ha, 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 loud and long and clear. I can't sing, but I do love that movie. What movie, people? What movie? What movie? I should have got a bigger brush here. All right, this is. Let's make it as inefficient as possible. That's how Laura does things. Let's try this one. This is a bigger one. Yes, they are, Miss Candy Dandy. You see how it's changing like a color, though? You see that? It's just interesting. Like, I always assume with junk journaling, like, I can paint on any surface. But really, I don't think this is something anybody intended me to paint on. But I don't care. I'm not really one for major rules either. Not into it. Yeah, he is. Dick Dave. He is a legend. He's a legend, that guy. He is. Oh, such a good movie. We watched it a lot when I was a kid. I grew up without network television at 50% of my childhood because my mom is a hippie and she didn't think it was good for us. And so we only had the same handful of VHSs that we could watch over and over again. And let me tell you something. My brothers, because their memories are better than mine. I have an older and a younger brother. Holy moly, people, they can put a movie quote in anywhere, anytime. It is, yes, and everyone's welcome. No, Becca, it is not full. I had someone recently tell me they're going to stay at a hotel. I am having an art retreat at this amazing place called Propagate Studios. I've been going there a couple years now for different art classes. I most recently learned how to, finally learned how to crochet. But actually, no, that's not even true. My best friend, Jennifer, she's also coming. And she said if we needed the space, if like somebody else wanted to come and stay, there's 6 beds in the house. But anybody would want to maybe do I'm happy to do an inflatable. I'll do an inflatable. Yes, Janet, the tea party on the ceiling. Exactly, 100%. We used to do tea parties under the water in the pool when we were little kids. But yeah, anybody's welcome. And you know, things happen. So even if it seems like it's full and it might not be, you know, but I did have someone who's coming. I had put her in the count and she told me she's going to do a hotel just for personal reasons. So, yeah, anybody just email me and I'll put my email in. And actually, don't lose this email. People, write this down because I'm going to do a little giveaway. Well, I mostly call it a happy mail. I'm going to do a little happy mail. And I'm going to need your address at the end of this stream to send you the happy mail. And it is international friendly. All right. Now, I just bought this. You think it would open up. But yeah, so basically the deal is, oh my Lord, people, what the, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put you know, they say to put like deli paper in here. Dang it. Ugh, all right. I'm going to do that when I finish this though. Yeah, this needs that around the edges. I learned that from Lizzie Brewer. So yeah, so basically the deal is it's at this place called Propagate Studio, which has grown so much. She's now got like a bunch of outposts. I went to one of her the other outposts last weekend with my friend Jennifer. It was $10, people, so reasonable for a collage class. This lady taught us all about famous collage artists. It was so much fun. And then we just got to sit there and yak for a couple hours and go through magazines and collage. It was so much fun. Oh, well, thank you. What's your name, honey? Eastern Girls. I love a little zzz, a little, you know, zzz. All right. I love when you play with the consonants. So, all right. This is supposedly, let's see, people. Let's just see. I love Jane, but, you know, I do feel like these artists, you know, they have to make a living too. And so, yeah, they are trying to come up with new products because as it says in Ecclesiastes, Solomon said, there is nothing new under the sun. And I can tell you, when I went to look for videos, hey, oh, okay, welcome, Marie. Everybody give Marie a big, warm, crafty bubble welcome. Marie, my sister-in-law, who I've known forever and ever and ever, is from New Haven. She grew up in New Haven. Yeah, I don't know what part of Connecticut you're from, but that is the, yeah, welcome. Oh, by the way, Marie, if you go in the description box, there's a whole bunch of links, and we're hopping along to everybody's channel in our, you know, little corner of the internet. It's put together by where you see Create with Becca. Her name's Becca, and then Scrappy Girl Dana, where you see they're right there. So, oh, Janet Nash, I don't know how you're not a moderator in my channel. Excuse me a second. Just have to fix that situation. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I live in New Jersey, you might have noticed. And although I will tell you, people, I crack up when I go to like other streams and people are like, where are you from? I'm like, well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's Jersey. Most people in the community just call me Jersey, which I'm perfectly fine with. I've always had nicknames. I've been a person that nicknames have been around my life a long time. My last name is Sullivan. I'd be curious to ask Vicki Sullivan if anybody ever called her Sully, because my brothers and I and my cousins, we all get called Sully on the regular. All right, now, I have an embossing folder. I used it on, these are all brand new things to people. These are things that are brand new to me, okay, even though I bought them a while ago. That's why I'm so grateful to Becca and Dana. I'm so grateful to them for doing this hop. I really, 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 really am. All right, I'm going to grab some water for these brushes because guess what, people? If I don't do it right this second, it ain't going to happen. All right, let me see. And I think this might be 2 brushes I didn't ruin. Okay, let me grab my... And I think these are brilliant. I want to tell you what. I saw these for sale online for like $9. People, they were at the Dollar Tree back when they were just $1 or $1.25. So I'm thrilled with this. I love these water cups because I'm in a situation where my sink is downstairs. So I pour my water up here and then I just let them sit until I'm done with the stream or done arting or whatever. Oh, Michelle's up next. Hey guys, really well done on the chocolate box thing. That was very creative of Michelle. She came up with a really cool idea. Everybody decorating chocolate box. I was going to participate, but I just got a little bit behind the curve on some other stuff in my life. I had actually saved these Lindt chocolate bags. I was going to use a bag. So, all right. All right, we're going to let's use this embossing folder, and let's see, what do we have? I don't want to use, oh, you know what I have that I this is something I have been using, and I got, these are on my head, people, just picture it. Picture me with these on my head. Don't worry, I'm going to make sure everybody who comes to the retreat gets one. Oh, back to the retreat real quick. As far as the retreat goes, it's actually on my birthday, because my birthday this year happened to fall on a Friday, and I'm going to be 49, not 50, but I figured I'm kicking off my 50th year though, right? I'm 49, but that's the beginning of your 50th year. And so I am going to celebrate this year instead of next year, plus people you just don't know. I've known too many people where things happen and they were going to do this and they were going to do that, and they never got to do it. All right, these are cute. So this is from sadiestickers.com. And it's so nice. It's a really nice quality, not too thick, a little bit glossy, but not glossy, matte. I guess more matte. Thank you, Devin. And so the deal is, I've got people coming from international. I've got people coming from across the states, from the south, the north, the east, and the west. And so I will be happy to pick you up at the airports, whatever you need. I'm here for you. We got you. Also, some people might need to stay some days before, some days after, if they can get a better deal on their flight. You're welcome to stay at my house. We will, we got plenty of room. It's no problem. So all that is that. But I want everyone to know they're all invited. Everyone's invited. And if we get to where it's like, oh, there's more people, then, the only thing would be you might have to grab a hotel, but that would be it. That would be the least of it. We can have like up to 10 or 15 people in the crafting room at the place. And I put pictures up on my Facebook. I'm Laura Beth on Facebook. And I also put a video up here on YouTube. So you're welcome to check out the place. It's amazing. It's so amazing because this woman, Sam, she's an artist. She went to... she's the, founder of it. She went to art school, art college, whatever you call it, right near in Massachusetts, near where I went to college. I went to college in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Most people know of it because like Harvard's there and MIT, but my little women's college was there too. And we were some righteous women. It was an amazing experience. I had friends who helped me raise my daughter. My daughter would run around campus for the first 2 years of her life. And I still firmly believe that my daughter's formative years as a child being loved on by lots of mommy-ish figures, right, for the first 2 years of her life was very impactful. So... anyway, I'm going to try to that's the other thing. I'm going to really try to get my daughter out here because I want my daughter to meet my friends. She's heard so much about so many of you. And, that means a lot to me to, because everybody sees, I've been doing YouTube since 17 or 18. I mean, I think I was in the box since 2017, right? I know that. But I don't think I went live until 2018 in March. I think that's when it was. I think it's around the same year as Beth, if I recall. I remember crossing paths with her being new and not me being new. And I will just say that I've gone through so much in this community. So the point of the matter is that it is not going to cost you anything to come to the retreat. I am taking care of that. There's classes that we can take, and if that's something we want to do and you want to pitch in on that, that's fine, but you don't have to. But I want to get us by March. I'd like to have a firm idea of who's coming, and then I will be able to firm up what our choices are, Yeah, you too, right, Becca? See, yeah, okay, we're all in the same boat. But the point of the matter being that a lot of us saw Becca's son before he was grown on to be a man. And a lot of you guys saw my son started when he was about 9 years old, and he's 16 now. He was 8 or 9 when I started on YouTube. So, that's one thing. But my daughter, on the other hand, has been an adult the whole time I've been doing this because my kids are 12 years apart. So although she's heard about you guys, and although she knows how much of a difference you've made in my life, She doesn't quite know and understand it to the level of Cole, because my son, thanks to, and I really do credit you people for this. My son sat there and watched me meet people on the internet safely. Okay. And I showed him how to do it. And then when it came time for him to be allowed to go on the internet on his own, which was not until that not that long ago, and want to play games. By the way, I'm getting my iron infusions. I'm fine, but that's what that is. So he learned from you guys that you can, isn't it crazy? Right, Beck? And now my daughter, people, is going to be 29. Okay, that's insanity. It's a bunch of whole bunch of insanity going on right there. Okay, whole bunch of insanity. And please, if you do prayers, good thoughts, good vibes, whatever your gig is, please send some out for my daughter Kaylee. I'm gonna put a little plug in. She's been working in the ER in Philadelphia, and it is not an easy job. And she was having a little bit of a health issue. And she just realized that, you know, she needs to probably choose a different path as far as nursing. Not to get out of nursing, but just serve in another way, in another capacity. So she has had a wonderful interview last week. She called me right after it was over on Thursday. And praise the Lord. And believe me, my daughter's not praising any Lord. She's had about enough of the Jesus stuff from me. We didn't grow up in the church. No, but she really does love me. She cares about me deeply. But she is doing now, you tell me, people, she's doing this shadowing thing, right? Where they're going to have her shadow. This was the second interview. It went really well. And now they're going to have her shadow someone who does the position. And I think my daughter will be flipping awesome at this position. She's so compassionate. She's so loving. She's so funny. She's so hardworking. She's a lot of those things. All right, check it out, people. Wow, that came out pretty good. I'm going to say, I can get with that. I can totally get with that. All right. All right. People, thank you. Dana and Becca, you rock my party, girls. I really, really love you for getting me to get these things out and use these things. And, you know, thanks, Devin. I think that one is from, I think I got a bunch of them at Michael's. Because the Michaels ones, I'll show you the other one. This is so me. And when I send a happy mail to you at the end of this, it's just, I hate to tell you, I know that Valentine's Day is over, but it's going to be a bunch of stuff that we're making today. I'll send you some other stuff too. Yeah, Janet, it's really textured. It really is. And like, for instance, when we go to the retreat, I'm going to bring my... I'm going to bring my paper cutters. I'm going to bring all my stuff. Romeo got a new truck, so we're just going to load up the back. I told him we're loading up the back of that truck, and we're driving it. And it's only 20 minutes from my house, and we're bringing all the stuffs. And then there's a pay what you can. This is the attitude of this woman who started this place. Pay what you can. She offers classes. You could pay what you can. So if you can only pay $5 and I can pay $50 for the class, then that's what we do. It's a thrift shop for art supplies, and it's pay what you can. People, really. I'm like, this is what we need on this planet right now. Trust, love, and goodness, right? All right, let's see. Let's get back to our bookmark things here. Okay. I find that I don't mind using the heat tool for some things, but I don't know how you guys feel about it. Sometimes I really like to use air drying, right? I like to let things air dry. When I first started, I would think I was a lot more... I remember that. Girl, you need to come visit. You could shop in my craft room. Come on now, sister. All right, I'm going to just do a little bit of this here. And I apologize if I'm not doing anything that's super crafty and you know, I'm not teaching you guys anything, but me too, right? I'm so glad you found us today, Becca. Marie, you found us. It's a meant to be situation, right? And then my daughter said that I was proud of her about her new job. I said, well, God, you really need this one. I just want you to have it. And she said, Mom, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So we'll just, you know, take it a day at a time. I'm like, okay. I did. Now, how many of you send your grown children Valentines? Raise your hand. Come on, people. Raise it up. I sent my daughter 2 Valentines. She does not have a significant other. And, I'm okay with that. I'd rather her not have a significant other than have a cruddy one. You know what I mean? So she works too hard, too much, you know. So I sent her. So I have bought her. Yes, Becca said you're going to see all kinds of crafting. And what you're mostly going to find here, Marie, is Becca said do what you're good at. That's what she said. She shouldn't have said it because what I'm good at is talking. That's all I'm doing, people. Before I know it, it'll be over. You sent your adult children. So I sent my daughter. It was funny because, you know, she's still young enough to be into the trends. And I've never been a trendsetter or into trends since I was in middle school, pretty much. And so, I mean, I'm into crafty trends, but even the crafty trends, I'm behind the 8 ball. So I was getting things for her stocking at Christmas, not this past year, but the year before. And I just saw these little, her name is Kaylee, Kaeli. Hell yeah, it does, Becca. Hell yeah, it does. Yes, yes. You are a grandma, you lucky ducky. You lucky ducky. You're blessed. She's got 6 and they're all boys. You stinking lucky one. Boys are so fun. I love boys. All right, we're going to go ahead and see what happened with this. We're doing a little experiment with the water gesso and the clear gesso. And we're just going to use this awesome set of, this took me 4 hours though. I will say it took me 4 hours to unwrap these, okay? Because I'm not a professional. I'm not Dee Dee. I'm not Devin. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, ready? One more time. Not the last time. One more time. What is Dana's spouse's name? What is Dana's spouse's name? Question number 4. I just learned that the other day. I don't know why. Because I think we say he and him a lot, or she and her, you know? I think Becca says her spouse's name more than I don't even say mine. Okay, you know, I know this isn't about me, but my spouse, I don't even have a technical spouse. We've been together like 23 years or something. And, but I'm going to tell you what, people, I was on him about getting married and all this. People, the Valentine card that this man gave me, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, your daughter, so Becca said, he gave me the most, my man is not a mushy man. He's not a Valentine's Day man. He's not that kind of man, but people, he brought me roses and he brought me this most unbelievable card. I was like, I couldn't even breathe. I was like caught up. It was basically him saying like, he loves me so much. All right. I did have to remind him a few times this week that it was Valentine's Day, but the only reason I remembered to do that is because of the hop. So Becca said her sister and her sister gave mom 4 grandsons. So her sister had to adopt a girl. Was that grandma's doing? My daughter was the first grandchild out of the gate. And then my older brother had his first daughter 5 years later. And then he had another daughter 18 months later. We call them Irish twins. And then he and I each had, then he and my older brother and I each had a son in 2010. And then my younger brother, he had a baby. How old? I'm trying to think of how old Devin was. Not Devin, Evan. My nephew Evan he just turned 8. So he just turned 8. Okay, we're going to try this over here and just see. I'm just going to do like color and then stamp on it. Right, people? I haven't really done a lot of this stuff. I've seen it and I like it. So let's try it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Why do we start singing when we get online, especially those of us who can't sing? This I do not know. So this is watercolor paper. No idea like how much GSM and all that fancy stuff. Yeah, but then we got the grandsons last. That was the point of the story. So it went like this. Granddaughter, granddaughter, granddaughter. Grandson, grandson, grandson. And then baby Charlotte was born in 2020. She's the last grandchild of my mom's. Yep. So it's a wonderful thing. My older brother, his son is the same exact age as Cole, except he lives in Ohio, and so he got his license already. My brother says he does not even see that child. I said, do not tell me that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that my son's not going to be in my house. So then I said something to my son about it, and he goes, well, how much were you hanging around at home when you got your license, Mom? I said, that is not the point of the question, the point of the statement that I made. Oh, so these are shimmery. They're glittery, and I like it. So we're going to go there. Now, because I like if I'm going to do a stamp. Oh, you know I was going to use that. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're going to do some sprays. I want to use some sprays that Ami sent me. Ami Furman, one of my dearest squirrely friends. She's as squirrely as I am, people, and I can't wait to meet her. All right. She sent me a bunch of really, 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 really awesome stuff in this bag. Like, I don't have any of this. This is called Adirondack. This is like vintage Tim Holtz. Seriously, Adirondack Color Wash. Nature's palette for papers, fabrics, fibers, and more. Isn't that pretty? You like that, Janet? And you know what's funny? You can see that my house tilts a little bit. You will have one. You should get yourself a granddaughter. Do you have a daughter, or I missed that part. You have 4 grown children. Is one of them a girl though? I know, Becca, she's just been so busy. And if we can throw a little prayer out there for her, she posted on Facebook, things have been tough in her world because her daddy is struggling with some health issues, and it's just she's the one. What happens, I think, is those of us who are not working when and it's okay, but when the parents have the health issues, it's like, well, you're not working, so and if you live close, kind of thing, which is fine. I'm not throwing shade on that. I'm not, but it's not as easy as it sounds when you're far away. It might seem easier. All right, should we just spray some? Let's do it. This is Adirondack. Should we shake it? Let's see. Acid free, spray directly, blend tones, apply colors. All right. Heat set inks with an iron or a tool. Woo! Another thing, two girls, two boys. Ooh, you got double blessed. When you get a girl and a boy, I call it blessed. If you get two boys, I call you double blessed. And if you get two girls and two boys, I call you double blessed. I don't know about two girls, though, people. I could not have done two girls. I couldn't. She goes, do it. All right. I hope this is still working. I didn't test it. No, it's coming. You know what the problem is? This is just like that thing I have for the sprayer that I use to wash the dishes. It's like it doesn't want to work when it's horizontal. It's very annoying. There might be a little chunk there. All right, let's see. I'm going to try to leave it at this angle. All right, well, I don't care. I don't have to spray it. I can just open it. Hold on. Because this is red. I want to see this color. Let's see what we got. I was watching Marta at Maremi's Small Art. She's an old favorite of mine. When I first started watching videos back in 2017, she was my favorite. I used to watch her all the time. And she's gone back now. I was watching a few of her videos recently. She's gone back to her what she called her roots of using sprays and stuff. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can just... Oh, that's a nice color, though, right? Let's just plop some on there. Did anyone see Mary this week playing with her printer ink? I saw, she cracks me up. I'm like, Mary, I love you. She was just having so much fun. It was so cool. All right, so since this is a red, yeah, we'll just kind of spread it around. I put a bunch on there. I tend to be an overdoer. I'm heavy on the hand. I took a class a couple years back online, an art class, and the lady said, commenting on how other people were minimalists and I was a maximalist. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was a thing. Ooh, somebody's getting in trouble next door. All right. I think that's definitely too much of a pool, but let's mix it in here. Why not? Let's do a little mixing, a little playing. Just a little piece of that. Let's move this around here. All right, I'm going to mop that up with a paper. And then what ends up being more of your... thank you so much, Becca. I appreciate that. What I love to do is then see that I tend to love the mop-up papers more than I like anything else. Isn't that weird? Oh, this is something I wanted to do. I wanted to see. This was the book I used of hers, and I put Mod Podge on here. I wanted to see what would happen. So here we go. We're going to see what would happen. We will see what would happen. All right, who's up next? Michelle, right? She's going to be on in 10 minutes. So maybe we'll hit this with the heat tool. So we can at least finish something instead of just talking the whole time. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks cool. See, the background is like a lace on this one. I'm going to just snag a little more of that. Oh, yes, I like this. I'm going to just... Ooh, Michelle is up next. Oh, thank you, Janet. That was my friend Michelle. So this is, I'm very personal on this channel because I always have been. Because I have found that when I try to separate my life from my life experiences with my online life, it's too stressful for me because then I can't remember what I'm supposed to say and not supposed to say because normally I just say. So I went to a new therapist, and I'll get into this on my own videos, but I'm so excited because I went, I just feel I need to manage the stress with my mom right now. So I haven't been to therapy in a while because I had some bad experiences, but this lady was amazing. But there was a point to me saying that. She said something that I was just going to mention. Oh, no, it reminded me. Isn't it sheer joy in the playing around? Yoo-hoo! Girl, I think about you every single day. Abigail made me a mug rug years ago now. And I keep my coffee on it during my Bible study every single day. Every single day. Yep. All right. Now, what I always forget is this is new, the little something. I don't know how you guys do, but does everybody film who does YouTube videos where they create, or do you film here, but you have another place you create? I have a place I create with a glass mat over here, and then all my tools are over here. This is newly created there, but I forget when I'm in here not to use the heat tool on this, and next thing you know, I got like a bubble because it's plastic. So I have to remember that I have that there, right? For sure. All right, let me get another one of these. And also, I'm going to do a little unsponsored video for these 100% water. They're water-based. They're 99% water, and they're from Little Tykes. They're very good for sensitive skin. If you are someone who likes to craft with baby wipes, and I am that person, okay? I am that person. Yeah, and I have Becca and Dana to thank for it, because the thing is, sometimes people, we need someone to give us a reason to do what's good for us. Why is that? I don't know. But sometimes I need someone to give me the reason to do what's good for me. Like my son, he will be like, Mom, can you take me to the gym? Are you coming? Well, I wasn't going to go to the gym and work out. Me too, Candy. I love them. I don't know how Mary does it with that hand sanitizer. My hands would be so dry. I mean, I use hand sanitizer, but they would be so dry. But my son, like if my son doesn't ask me that question, I'm not going to on my own. I've never been into working out. I've never been physically really fit. And so it's like somebody else to help me to get do something. And that's how I feel about the crafting. If you guys give me the reason to send you a Happy Mail because you're having a tough day, and isn't that weird? And that's what I believe. That's what I believe of how one hand grabs onto another. And that's what we are called to do by our Creator. You don't have to call him God. You don't have to call him Jesus. You do you. But I will say, I believe the essence of true love is that which has been shown to us. For me, it's Jesus Christ. And for us to then take that, as he says, be the light, take it out into the world and share our light. And when we don't have enough light to share, it's okay, man. Borrow somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? We're here for that in this community. It's a wonderful, wonderful community. And it's like a lot of times it's just really good laughs. I went to visit my best friend from childhood a couple weeks ago. She lives in Florida now. And I was just there for, a couple days. And we've been friends since the 5th grade. And it's an interesting evolution of a friendship simply because she lived in Brooklyn, New York in the 1980s, which if you know anything about that, you know that it was not a fun place to live. So her parents moved her out here to the rural part of New Jersey where I live. And in 5th grade, we made friends right at the beginning of the school year, the first day. And of course, I was living out here. My mom was the vice principal of the school. Like, we came from such different backgrounds. I was this little girl who had never been around, basically. And I've been away from the farms, but only to go to, like, my relatives' houses and Disney World. I was very sheltered. And it was just an amazing thing that happened, that friendship was developed. And now it's like she's living in West Palm Beach with her wonderful husband, their 3 wonderful dogs. And I got to go down there. And you know what, people? People were like, oh, what'd you guys do? I was like, I'm going to tell you what we did. We ate good food, really, really good food. And we laughed. And for an entire 3 days. And it was so good for me. And then I remembered that I honestly, other than eating good food, like I don't eat with you guys, like in front of, maybe I eat while I watch your streams sometimes, but I laugh with you guys. Like, I'm not one of those people that puts LOL in caps if I'm not actually laughing. That means you made me laugh. You made me choke on my coffee. And I just think laughter is such a medicine. It's a balm. It's healing for us. All right, now, these are something that I thought would be cute, but I don't think I'm going to do them on the bookmarks. I used one for Romeo and one for Cole for their Valentine gifts. They're really cool. They were from the Dollar Tree, but they're shakers. It's another form. If you don't have something to do. Yeah, me too, girl. Let me tell you, girl, I can't. When I didn't, I was in it. That's all I can say. So I'm just giving you some other shaker options. There's shaker stickers you can buy. And then you can always take all your packaging, people. All your packaging. You got so many packagings, right? This is a piece of packaging with a pocket. That one doesn't. This one has a tag top. And then if you have a sewing machine, and even if you don't, you can hand sew. You can also glue. The only thing about the glue is I actually, I did a little test to see it works, but this is our glitter glue and it's showing up. So I didn't want to be on the false advertising end of things. So the other thing I did was, which was at the top of this one, because this was supposed to be a shaker book card. I'm glad, Abigail, I didn't eat yet. I'm planning on having one while I'm watching Michelle. I did staple a little something over the top there. So you can staple, you can use page protectors, you know. Oh, that's a nice, oh, wow. I got to get to use, the one tool I don't use at all that I need to get into more is that Cricut. I do have one. All right, I think that's pretty much almost it. Let's see. I wanted to just do the stamping on these. Are they dry enough? I'm going to hold this out here. I don't want you to have to watch my big mat bubble up. I think I'll put some glitter on this when I'm done, like a glitter Mod Podge. All right, that's that one. I want to trim that. And I think this one's good too, but we'll just, for good measure. Just for good measure. That's from Joshua, right? Me and my Lord will serve the house. Serve the Lord. My house will serve the Lord. All right. One thing too, I did want to show you that I learned this from Positively Papercraft. If you do have a laminator, you haven't been using it, you don't know this trick, I think it's a really awesome trick. You take a piece of, like, whatever. This came from Dana when I just got her order in. You take your cardstock, whatever piece of paper you want. But basically, if it's thicker, you can only gonna be able to put one in at a time. You can't do two. I tried to do two because she was showing two, but what happened was, you probably can't see it, but I can. It's like a little bit cloudy right there. So I have two cardstocks. And then what you do is you can do this with, so say you print a digital on your printer, you can put two of those, but you can't do two cardstocks. And so then you can do one cardstock. So you put the cardstock and a piece of printer paper. That's it, okay? That's it. And then I have them. Here they are. Okay. Oreo was up here, my cat, this morning, getting on my last nerve. All right. All right. And then you cut it open. Which side? I think it's this side, right? I don't know if it matters. We'll find out. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I don't know if you're supposed to cut it that close. Yeah, see, watch. You cut it open, and it ends up opening, right? So you're going to end up, it's pretty cool. And I have a hard time with glossy accents. So I always end up sticking my hand in them, or, you know, I've gotten better with stickles over the years, but, like, it's just one of those things, you know, you just get, like, a thing and you can't stop doing it. So you're gonna have to leave a seal around the outside of the laminate, right? A little bit, but it doesn't have to be a lot. You know, it can literally be less than 1/8 of an inch. It could be 1/16 of an inch. It really can. And then I just remember how much I loved laminating when I was a teacher. I used to be a school teacher many moons ago. And I did love laminating all the stuff for my gang. And then what happens is this. So you end up with this side is paper. And this would be something to do maybe with your one-sided paper. But this side is not. And you can die cut this. So when you die cut it, if you were to use, like I was going to do this with you guys, but I didn't. Candy, he's really doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm going to comment on that real quick. Thank you for asking. If I was going to do this word here, sweet, right? When you do the words especially, they come out and it looks like you did glossy accents, but it's paper on this side, so you can actually glue it down. I thought that was brilliant, and I loved it. And now this one is, of course, a white one because it's just a regular sheet. However, I have colored printer paper, and so then I can't see why you wouldn't put the colored printer paper in there, you know. All right, Michelle is next. I think it's time to head over there. Candy, I'm gonna answer Candy. You guys can all head. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating, chatting, watching, listening, playing along, or whatever you did. I want to thank you for being a part of my life for many years now. All of you as a collective, and some of you as an individual. And for anyone new that we get to meet, it's always a pleasure. We're so glad you're here. I will say, and Candy's asking about Andrew. He used to be a student of mine a million years ago. And then I got to work with him. one-on-one, actually in a group, and then one-on-one. It was so wonderful. But then my mother got a third stroke, and I had to stay home. However, it's really good. He is now, Candy, he has a job. He actually he got a job. They got him in at this place that recycles. Oh God, they must love him there because he's so fast at doing things. They recycles computer parts and all that stuff. So yeah, he's doing that. And last night he went to Tim Tebow. If anyone knows Tim Tebow, he sponsors the Night to Shine for all of these adults. It's a prom for adults with disabilities. I got to go with Andrew last year. It was one of the best experiences of my life. So thanks for asking, everybody. And he'll always be my Valentine. I love you guys. See you at Michelle's. Bye-bye.